Hello, and welcome to... Dude. Hello, and welcome to Stalwart Academy. Okay, my hotkey just immediately advanced this. A little bit different than DROD. Stalwart Academy by Karen Miller. This is our first of 3 DROD RPG holds for 2023. The famous Stalwart Academy, situated on the outskirts of Englos, is the first stop for a budding Stalwart to be on his quest to become a member of the greatest and most renowned army in all the Eighth. Tendry, whose father is a high-ranking member of this army, was never one for joining the army. He always wanted to become a poet, constructing sonnets about spoostelfish, about the futility of war, and sometimes about both at the same time. It took a lot of persuasion and outright punishment until Tendry finally agreed to set aside his worthless dream of wimpy poetry and become a real man instead. And so we joined Tendry on the first day of his enrollment to the Stalwart Academy. Okay, so this looks like a tutorial hold. Kieran Miller is definitely one of the more well-known architects for RPG, I would say. Probably, like if you ask me to name any of the content creators or related, kinds of people for the DROD RPG space, Kieran Miller would be the first person I would go to. So, good day. I'm here to embark on my Stalwart training. Ah, you must be Tendry. Your father has told us quite a bit about you. All good things, I am sure. Sure. So you're here to become a member of the finest army in all the lands? But of course, only the best is good enough for me. And when I'm not fighting, I can dazzle you with some of the finest poetry known to man. Courtesy of me, of course. Sure, whatever you say. Well, let's not dawdle then, shall we? Follow us. Okay, so, story. I can't leave now. I'm not sure what kind of accent I'm giving this guy. I'm just doing something. Okay, well we're supposed to go that way, I guess. Offices. Lecture halls. Training area. Exit. Let's just go everywhere but the way we were supposed to go. Private, staff only. And you can't get a staff in this game yet, so I guess we're not getting up there. I did hear there's a DROD RPG 2 that's supposed to be coming out next year. I think Karen Miller was actually working on that as well. One of the people that Caravel tapped for that. So I wonder if we'll have a staff in that game finally. I imagine it's going to have all of the DROD 5 elements from the Second Sky as at the very least. Which I guess means we'll have constructs. Oh boy. But I imagine that the new weapons will probably be added as well. Okay, well it looks like we just kind of have to go the way that it told us to go. There are no sources of percentage-based damage in this hold, so you're free to collect health potions as you see fit. Okay, so this is definitely something that if you're making a DROD RPG hold, players would really appreciate just having this information up front, because the problem with percent damage, which by default would be hot tiles and omplik beams, is that you're incentivized to grab as few potions as possible at all times in order to keep your health as low as possible, so that if you happen to step across the hot tile, 5% of your HP isn't actually going to be that much. However, that means that in practice, you end up, every time you find a new enemy you need to fight, you then have to go back through a whole bunch of previous levels collecting potions in order to get enough health. So like, if you want to be purely optimal, it's actually kind of a huge pain to deal with. So this sort of thing is greatly appreciated. The only other one I can think of for optimization purposes would be Lucky Greckle, which is an item, or Lucky Blade, which has the same effect, which doubles the amount of money you get from killing enemies. Because if you get to a point where you can kill an enemy for free, you could just kill it and get the money and just be done with it. But if there happens to be a Lucky Greckle on the very last level of the hold, then the optimal strategy is to kill as few enemies as possible until you get the Greckle, and then it's the same issue where you're then having to backtrack a whole bunch. Thanks to Nuntar for testing. Yeah, Nuntar is pretty active in the RPG space as well. RPG is one of those things where I think you either love it or hate it. And so you have a few people, like Kjarn and Nuntar, Chaco's another one I can think of. You know, a few of us do like RPG, but then there are other people that, despite being avid DROD players, just cannot get into RPG, which is fair. It's a totally different playstyle. Okay, so your stabbing technique. Yeah, you sure did stab. Haha, take that, foul beast. Tendry out of shape, huh? They did slow down. I had time to wander the entire rest of the level. This is Professor Gradsmith's office. He will be showing you the ropes. Ah, you must be Tendry. Please, come in and take a seat. So you're here to follow in your father's footsteps and become a mighty stalwart? Absolutely. I believe I have the same amount of valor and bravery as my father. And the same level of confidence too, it seems. It has been said that the pen is mightier than the sword, but let me tell you, with me, both are equally mighty. That's the spirit. It sounds like you're ready to jump straight into things, so let's get going and I'll explain more along the way. Follow me. Let's start you off with combat training. Well, that seems like an important thing for a stalwart. But before we do that, we're not starting off with combat training. Equipment. Okay, fair enough. So unlike regular DROD, in RPG you can actually attack by just bumping things with your body, but if you do that, the enemies hit first, so it's not optimal. This way. This is a great starter sword. It's lightweight and you won't hurt yourself too badly if you drop it onto your foot. Now let's get you some practice with your new blade. Beginner's blade, okay, so you have custom weapons. I guess I could have just short sword, long sword, short sword, bronze shield. Stats are a little bit weird in this game because you have default stats and then you have your weapon. You can change things. So I don't actually know how many of these are standard stats, how many of them aren't. I'll take you down into the basement where we have lots of dummies for you to practice your sword technique on. Okay, so we can hit orbs now. It's very important that your buildings are as pristine as possible when running a high-class establishment like the Stalwart Academy. This is to ensure that you leave the best impression on your guests to help you secure funding. Of course, as the business grows, it becomes very difficult to obtain an ever-increasing level of funding to keep every room of every building in the same level of pristine condition. Therefore, the Stalwart Academy made do with the lack of funding by expanding underground and then hiding these areas away from the important visitors. Unfortunately, as funding gets tight, the first places to forego maintenance are the expansive underground complexes, turning them damp, moldy, and vermin-infested. But as long as the wealthy VIPs don't see it, who's complaining? Nobody that matters, that's who. Say, what is that foul goop over there? Don't tell me this place has become infested again. Actually, this could be a good opportunity. Okay, Tendry, new plan. Instead of fighting dummies, why not take on some real opponents? Let's see if we can find the source of this infestation and eliminate it. Sure, it's only some harmless vermin. Well, not quite harmless, but a lot easier than what you're likely to come up against while on duty. It's like I always say, the best way to learn is to experience the pain caused by failure. I can't tell if that's supposed to be reassuring or not. Okay, assuming this is a custom enemy here. Mold Baby. Okay, yeah. So not a Gel Baby. A Gel Baby would be well beyond our abilities at this point. They don't really have a choice here. Well, I guess we do. Ouch. Oh. I have not played this. You go on ahead. I need to find some things, but don't worry. I'll be keeping my eye out in case you get into trouble. Okay, so we're at 164 health. So I can bump it with my body. As you can see, it gets an extra hit in on us that way. I thought I changed my settings, but I forgot one. So yeah, I'm running on a new computer. This is the first time I've run DROD RPG on this. So... shoot. Probably gonna have to... Okay, that's fine. think I wanted one below that for combat rate. Okay, that's one below. Yeah, okay, that looks good. I like seeing the numbers. I can see if I'm just hitting it once or if I'm getting multiple hits. Alright. Grab the map, bump the chest, nothing happens. Alright, time to make some choices. Bat, vermin. Okay, so these are all custom enemies. Alright, you can click in this game. Alright, so we have a few choices here. Grab some yellow keys, grab some health. We don't immediately need any of those. You see, the bat's pretty dangerous, we take a lot of damage. Actually, the bat almost killed us. Bat lets us get 2 keys without fighting the vermin. But let's look around and wait until we actually see the need for something. Okay, so you are an observer. Yeah, you hit really hard as expected, however, we can just take a single hit, which is still 80, to grab... Yeah, stab it from behind for fewer hits. Does it get a first strike? We got 4 hits on it. Okay, interesting. I hadn't tested that before. Using a body hit on this, I feel like that's actually a little bit faster than I wanted. Yeah, that's probably fine. Yeah, so hitting it from behind with your body versus with your sword actually does make a difference, even though you're getting a first strike either way. It's interesting. Alright, so we can increase our attack by 1. We need 3 attack for the vermin to be cheaper. 2 attack for the mold baby. Okay. So that's something to keep in mind. 2 yellow keys, let's go in here and do a Dark Widow mold baby. So Dark Widow, we would save ourselves 25 health, it looks like. Possibly more, actually, depending on how these, if we can get multiple with a single attack. I doubt it, but it might be possible. And that lets us get down this way. But we need 2 yellow keys, and we do get an attack gem by doing that. Or with 1 yellow key, we can come in here. Okay, so we've hit a spot where we have to start making choices. This is as far as we get. 4 rooms isn't bad. Okay, so we could grab that attack gem, but the Dark Widow is the only enemy that 1 attack gem matters. If we spend 2 yellow keys, we get access to this, which gives us access to this without ever spending this. Whereas if we spend this yellow key, that doesn't let us go back up this way, so we would still need 2 yellow keys to get in here. So if I assume that I want in here at some point, doing this first makes sense in terms of saving a yellow key. However, that does mean, well, for one thing, we'll be down a yellow key for whatever's down here. And for another, we're just going to have to take a ton... Well, I guess we're not taking a ton of damage. It's literally just the 2 keys to get in here. Okay, well, let's go for the optimal point strat. Got both the keys. Is this optimal points? I don't know. Drop that. Now I have no health. I might just be dead. How much are these? 10? Yes. Okay, I can grab myself 15 health. Even with the 15 health, I don't have enough to take on a mold baby. And there's literally nothing else I can do, right? Can't take on a vermin. So if I had done this first, I would have had an extra 100 health. So let's load... I guess I should have probably saved. continue playing. Does the spacebar not skip dialogue in this? Okay. I feel like I want one in between these. Okay. So I think we've just concluded that what we just did is not possible unless we fight you first. Hold on. Did we learn nothing? Save. So if we want to do this path, well, we can't get through the Widow. We do not have enough health to take on 3 mold babies. We do have enough to do that, though. So how much does one attack help with this? Only saved us 25. However, we do have enough health now to survive it. Defense gem. So if we had gone the other way, we would have an extra yellow key. We'd be able to go forward right away. Okay, all these passages can't be passed until we get to here. And I think I'm at a dead end again. I don't see any things I can do. Don't have enough Greckles to open a door for health. However, if I had taken out that mold baby, I would have had enough health. Okay. This is kind of, I don't know the hotkeys for autosave or whatever. Yeah, this is a lot of how this goes. So I could take that for an extra +1, which would save me another 22 health, but I don't have nearly enough health for that. However, now if I do this, now I have 10, so I can buy a potion. That attack would be really nice because that'll save me on all the mold babies. That mold baby's pretty cheap and it's a defense. And it pays for itself. So now the question is, do we do the attack first or the defense first? We need a key to get through. Attack helps with the Dark Widow as well as with the mold baby. However, I will not have enough health if I attack that. So I have to spend... This is interesting. It's obvious which one is the best option from the start. But then it gets increasingly bad as you go. I think I need the help, so actually before I do that... Save... Sure. I won't give it a special title. I'll just know it's the most recent save. Okay, you're not getting cheaper anytime soon. I think I wanted to do this. So yeah, you're only 24 now. Finally have a defense, so everything does 1 less damage per hit, which makes a difference of 19 hits for these Dark Widows. So +1 attack would help quite a bit. I think we just have to push forward. So the question then is, do we go for the Dark Widow right away? I mean, we can save a lot of health on the Dark Widow. We can save a lot of health on the Vermin too, though. +1 attack makes a big difference. We're just gonna do that. It gets us the attack right away. Our green key. Okay, so we definitely want 1 more attack before we fight a bat again. $79. Oof.
You haven't seen the last of me.
And we've got a Vermin there. Well, there's our remaining attack. Okay, you're just Greckles. Those are getting pretty cheap. Yeah, I feel like at this point I just want a lot of attack. Although if I had a lot of health, I could go through the double evil eye. And this recovers myself, so actually that's my goal. So this is more damage than this for the same reward. So let's... Oh, actually there's that one. Rather than taking the big hit, I could just do this. Yeah, and I have the +1. Okay. Grab the hit. And then I can get in here for 20 Greckles. I get to open both of the doors here, which saves me the Evil Eye, the Observer hits. Right. Is there a way to... Because, like, I'm used to clicking to try to get rid of this, which doesn't even work. But, Still mouse movement. Okay. There we go. Okay, opened up a shortcut. I feel like I was in the middle of saying something and I got distracted. Lots of help here. Dark Widow gets cheaper with attack. That's a lot of health. So that's a very good 10 Greckles, because we get a key as well. So is that the only attack left? It looks like it. And the only thing that attack helps me with is Dark Widows, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna have to take that hit if I want to get through there. Okay, you very minimally get cheaper. If I get a defense gem, I can save 3 health. Just fighting random stuff is good for money, too. Because, like I said, that looks pretty good to me. +1 attack is still Dark Widow. So for everything else then, there was a defense down here, which requires the bat. Oh, I see. 3 yellow keys. Spend 3 yellow keys to get a yellow key. Well, I don't have 3 yellow keys because of the choice I made early on, so if I'm ever going to do this, I think it makes sense to do it this way. I can fight those monsters later if I want it, but I'll never be getting that yellow key. Alright. So yeah. See, I was kind of struggling with health for a lot of this just because I was avoiding fighting stuff until I needed to. But now that I've just made a bunch of decisions, suddenly I have a lot of health. So yeah, we can easily force our way through here. Up to 10 Greckles again. Okay, that's interesting. So there's a secret over there. Does attack help anymore? Not really. Oops. See what this is about. Or a hidden room, I guess. I have to... hit you. I want that skeleton key. Which mostly is just worth a lot of points. A skeleton key has a value of 3 times the yellow key. Got 6 here, score 190. Yellow keys are 10 points each, a skeleton key is 30, I believe. So that's... Expected damage is a lot. 312, and I'm going to be taking 312 from you, and 2 hits of 78 from you to go in and out. 400 health is also 10 points, so this is actually, it's still worth points, but it's not super amazing. Right, you were cheaper because I could stab you from behind. And if I go this way, I guess I just permanently lose access to that. Okay, well, it doesn't... I mean, it is positive points. It is positive points, so I guess we just do it. I'm gonna need 600 health or something. Oh, there's still you. Forgot about that. I'm thinking the Greckles are fairly valuable, so I'm gonna not... Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend them all. Do I even have enough health for this? After all that? Spending that yellow key for the extra health to do this is very questionable. Because now I've spent the yellow key and a whole bunch of health. Like, I'm not even sure if that's point positive at this point. But I do have the skeleton key. This does let me do this, though. We'll see if this is any good. Tendry, thank goodness you are here. I have discovered the source of this infestation. It is this foul beastie right here. I'd kill him myself, but I forgot to bring my sword. Queen Vermin, 198. Okay, pretty easy. I'm gonna guess that that is a sword checkpoint. Let's go before boss. Where you grab every little bit of score that is sitting around here. I think that's all of it. Yeah. The only thing we could do is if we grinded out 10 more Greckles, we could have 80 more health, but I don't think we're fighting 10 Greckles worth of monsters without losing 80 health. Yeah, because you can see we got 4 Greckles from this, and it's basically already getting us close to the end of that. I was pushing the wrong one. Alright, so we've cleared up pretty much everything here. Greb, he got away. Oh dear, I think that pipe might lead upstairs. Quick, Tendry, let's go. Not a score point. That's surprising. Okay, well there's basically nothing left down there. Help, monsters have flooded into the building through the ventilation pipework. Well, get the Stalwarts to deal with them. We have plenty of them around. I'm afraid they aren't here, sir. They all went out for lunch to celebrate a birthday. I'm gonna have to ask you to evacuate immediately. Do you want me to deal with this infestation too? Wow, I'm impressed that you offered to deal with it. If you can clear the source of this infestation, then you'll definitely pass my module. The source appears to be in the room directly to the east of here. An especially shiny vermin seems to be breeding at a rapid pace. I have to evacuate. If you feel you are in danger and no longer wish to continue, then just wait in a safe place. I'm sure the other stalwarts will return. Good luck. Okay, so we can go in there and grab some things if we want to. Let's actually look at the level a little bit more. Okay, so the level is actually enemies now. You can see the room's changing. Right, so since I have... never mind. Skeleton keys don't work on those, that's right. King Vermin. Well, we've already got the stats to beat it, we just have to be able to get to it. Somebody put this chair in a terrible spot. So I could... staff only. So since I have that skeleton key, or a green key, I could get into the staff rooms. I can also do this now, because I have a sword. Okay. That's a yellow key for a gem, and eventually get your key back. Yeah, so a lot of these are just do some fights for stuff. Spend a yellow key, get your key back. And we do have a defense here, though. Probably want to grab that as soon as we can. Those Dark Widows are looking a lot less scary than they used to be. Yeah. Having defense really makes a difference for them. I wonder, can I leave? I can't leave now. None of those doors open, so yeah. So there's my green key if I want to save the skeleton key. Which, if I'm doing that, then the skeleton key is just being held for points. I'm very surprised that there wasn't a score point at the end of that level, but, you know, there doesn't have to be one, I guess. Okay, so we're almost certainly spending a yellow key here. It's just a matter of... There's a lot of good stuff in here. So there is an attack gem here. Were there any other attack gems? Yes, that one's pretty easy to get. That one's pretty easy to get as well. The thing is, we have to fight... Or we have to take a bunch of hits from the eye. There are no more defense gems, though, so I think, honestly... with no more defense, we might as well just do that. Get our key back. I feel like I haven't saved in a while, which is maybe a mistake. Okay, we can get the other attack here. We might get more attack, probably not. We don't have enough attack to make her cheaper, so there's really no reason to delay this. Alright, so we have to decide which door we want. I'm just kind of assuming that they're going to be the same. Yeah, okay, that's more or less how I thought that was going to play out. Because they both connect to the same space without any other obstacles. There is another attack in there. There's an attack in there if we want to take a bunch of hits. There's a defense in there. Which is kind of what we want to do first, I guess. Just because that is... something that will help us with every single fight we do. Whereas attack only helps in the Dark Widows. Got that. Just saw the key. There is another green key there, interesting. We do need the green key to get in here, okay. How many more attack gems are there? 2. 3. There's 3 more attack gems that I know of, okay. Which does help with a bunch of stuff. So I guess we get the attack gems next. We are starting to get a little low on health. There is still that health on that previous level. Do attack gems help you at all? Yes. Okay. Attack gems help with everything. Observers are only worth... Well, with one more attack, I can actually just kill the Observer. It's only 2 Greckles, but killing it's the same as taking 2 hits from it. Well, one more attack helps there, so that's the one that makes the least sense to do early on. Because, yeah, this one... Well, the thing is, this one I have to go through the Queen Vermin. This one I just need a lot of health. I don't see any Gurkles, any Gurkle gates here. So we're just going to go down here, grab that. This is the last treasure on this level, which is inaccessible. Well, not practically accessible. Spend 3 yellow keys for 1 yellow key does not seem like the best trade to me. So yeah, there's nothing left to do down here except for kill monsters for Greckles, and that costs health. And Greckles don't seem to have any value anymore. So I think we're done with that consideration. So now we can fight here. Each of these, we're taking 42 damage for 100, so 58 health profit. One more attack saves us 22 there. Well, this is never going to get cheaper. Dark Widow still gets cheaper at +1. However, we need another yellow key. Probably the cheapest one. Yeah, and at this point, we might as well kill the Observer rather than take the hits. We want that yellow key. Alright. Up to the next target, but we're gonna need more health. Oh, didn't have enough for that. Oh. Oh, there are Greckles in here. I missed this. Am I just dead? I think I'm just dead. Whoops. When was the last time I saved? Started the level, that's fine. We didn't really do a whole lot. Man, so much health. Now that we know what we're doing, let's just run around a little bit real quick. Right, so we're prioritizing defense first. And we do want access to that space. 2 attack makes her cheaper. We can do that. Let's just go save. 2. Even with a defense gem, we're just saving 1 health there, so not great. We could save 80 health though by getting another attack gem. Okay. There's a yellow key there if we want it. Oh no, we saved not 80 health, we saved 20 health. Well, still. So now I am looking at trying to get my attack gems. I want to do the defense first though. So is this where I started losing? Because I took the extra 150 from that. There are some easy keys available. If we go in here, we do get some more health out of it. I don't think vermin are getting cheaper. I really hope nobody's in here. Yeah, I don't think vermin are getting cheaper, so we can do that, get some health. We can still save 11 health on the Dark Widow. We still save 10 more health on the Dark Widow if we do that, but we need more health first. We do have 10, or we do have that health that's kind of just free on the first level still. Another yellow key also would get us in here, which would get us, well, kinda... Yeah, at this point I think we're just gonna get the health again. Okay, so we're done with that level. And with that, two attack for cheaper roach. Is there even 2 attack left? There's 1 there. 2 there. Okay, so I mean we can get those all cheaper. It means that we really want to do the double evil eye hit first. Double evil eye hit first. However, I don't think we have enough health for that. Also, we need a key. Okay. We still have enough health to get in there. Vermin could be cheaper. Dark Widows are not getting cheaper at this point. Dark Widows are not getting cheaper. Grab that key. I think I'm a little bit short in terms of health. Let's save the 18. We can afford this, and they're not getting cheaper. Okay. I think we've done it. We have enough health to limp over the finish line here. Yeah, so vermin are not 16 attack. There's no defense left. The vermin are not getting cheaper. So at this point, just clear those out. 18 Greckles. Dark Widow actually. No, no more. There's no more attack. Nothing's getting cheaper at this point. So at this point, we're just fighting stuff. I mean, that seems like a pretty big win. We go in here. Do that. There is more help there if we manage to get 10. And Gruckles somehow. Okay, we'll only take 2 hits from that. So we'll grab the Gruckles. And here we've got a queen that's never getting cheaper. We'll need the green key eventually. You guys are never getting cheaper. Hey look, we're rich. Got that. Okay, and that's all the loot from the first 2 levels. Greckles are not worth points. Yeah, Greckles are not worth points, so there's no reason to kill more stuff than necessary, especially if you're taking damage, because health is worth points. Infestation cleared. 92% optimal. Okay, not bad. Well done, Tindri. You cleaned out the infestation. Jassy, tell the stalwarts they can clean up the remaining monsters. Actually, sir, they really did all leave for lunch. None of them are around. What? We can't have bugs roaming around the place. What if we have a visitor? Sir, how many times have I told you not to book any visitors on induction days? You know we're going to be releasing bugs across the building. Wait, what do you mean releasing? Well, alright, Tendry, I'll be honest with you here. This whole infestation was a setup. You see, most people who want to be stalwarts think it's all about sword technique and fighting skill. But the majority of those who try fail at the first hurdle. Bravery. If you don't have the nerve to strike while the iron's hot, no amount of sword skill is going to help you. Most prospective students run away squealing at the idea of fighting even a mere roach. This is why we deliberately organize an unexpected but mostly harmless event on the first day. You, unlike most of our students, dove straight in and tackled the problem, and that is why you are one of the special few who are destined to become a stalwart. To be honest, I didn't really think about what I was getting myself into. Hahaha, does thinking matter if you still get results? Anyway, when you're ready, feel free to leave and head off to the dorms. Tomorrow, you'll be joining one of our other stalwarts on your first mission. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to look into sorting out this mess. Alright, so 92% optimal. The way that score is calculated in RPG is it takes the highest score that anybody who's gotten to this point had, and then it takes your score as a percentage of that score. Which has the funny side effect of, if you happen to get the new top score, you're reducing everybody else's score on the leaderboard. And then if you improve your score, you already have the top score and you improve it, you aren't actually getting more points, you're just making everybody else get fewer points. Which is kind of funny. Oh, is there more? It was one of those rare moments in Twino history where there wasn't some large war occurring between Twino and Razarus, or Twino and Glothorid, or Twino and some Twinan uprising that the history books gleefully remind us was organized by barbaric simpletons. But what is an army of soldiers to do during peacetime? Maintain the peace, of course. The king may deploy the stalwart army to sort out any trouble, to keep the populace happy, to make it easier to raise taxes and maintain his rule. The next day, Tendry was sent to Inauro to accompany Haddon, a fellow stalwart, on one of these deployments to deal with a troublemaker. Come on, Tendry. Not much farther. Why do all you stalwarts move so quick? Perhaps your new armor isn't on properly. Hang on. Ah, here we go. The first day on the job is going to be an exciting one. The pirates have been causing trouble in Inauro. We've located their hideout in Inauro Canyon. Our task is to go and deal with the problem at its source. That sounds exciting, but also dangerous. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you all the way. Now, let's go. Minor gripe. In the DROD engine and also in DROD RPG, Try to avoid having characters standing on the same row when they're talking to each other, because then their dialogue overlaps like that. Alright, apparently we've got more to go here, but it's been an hour. This has been a lot of fun. Of course, trust Karen Miller to make a good RPG hold. That is, one of those things that Karen's known for. So, yeah, promising start to the RPG of 2023. I'll definitely be finishing this on my own. I might even record this, but I think that I'm not going to be doing second episodes for anything until after the voting for Deadlies is done. Just going to do an hour for each one and then leave it for a bit. But yeah, this has been a very fun start. I do want to comment on the resource scarcity, because I assumed this was going to be kind of an introductory, beginner level RPG hold, and I think it kind of was. But even then, it's not like it was trivial. You saw how I was having to try to optimize things to get things done. And something that Karen does very well is limiting the amount of resources you have so that you have more than you need, but you don't have that much more than you need. And that's something that I've kind of struggled with when I've been designing RPG holds. So it's definitely something I want to do more RPG architecture in the future, and see if I can start making some interesting things out of it. But anyway, that was Stalwart Academy. We will be moving on to another RPG hold in the next video. I will see you then.